next topic, that is control and coordination in plants, right? And at last we will continue with the endocrine system, right? So let's start with the control and coordination in plants. Dear, in plants also there is a need of controlling and coordinating the different movements. You know that plants cannot leave its place from one to another, right? So they means they inhibit locomotion, but they show us the movement, right? They show us the movement. So these movements are actually of two type. One is nastic movement and second one is tropic movement, right? Listen, how coordination in plants occur. This coordination occur with the help of their response towards the stimulus, right? The stimulus is the change in the outer surrounding, and response the reaction towards that outer surrounding, that is called response. Now what are the nastic movements? Nastic movements are actually immediate response to the stimulus, and it is due to the change in shape of the cell or tissue due to the change in turgidity. What is turgidity? Water present inside the cell and which gives shape to the cell. Presence of water provide the shape to the cell, that is called turgidity. So these nastic movements are actually occur due to the change in the turgidity, right? In this case, plants do not grow. It is the temporary movement or change and are not directional. Whatever changes occur, these are not directional. So simply you can say that nastic movements are non-directional. They do not help us in any growth, right? Now, types of nastic movements. Nastic movements basically is of two types. One is seismonastic and second one is photothermonastic movement, right? So seismonastic movements, that is due to the touch or shock, is called seismonastic movement, right? This type of movement is very quick and growth is not involved. For example of seismonastic movement, mimosa pudica or touch me not or chui mui, right? In this what happen, if you touch the leaves, then what happen, all the leaves get folded up and drop down, and after some time the leaves regain their original position. This is due to the change in the shape of the cell and amount of water, right? Second type is photonastic thermonastic movement. What happened in this? This is due to the change in temperature or the sunlight or day in night. For example, the movement in sunflower towards the sun is photonastic. Opening and closing of flowers in day and night. Leaf of oxalis show the sleeping movement or nyctionastic movement, right? So these are the examples of nastic movement. Let's move to the next topic, that is tropic movement. These are very important part. Now tropic movement, what? These are the directional movement and the movement of plant in the direction of stimulus with the growth. They help in the growth, is called tropic movement. These are directional. Now they are of four types: phototropic, geotropic, hydrotropic and chemotropic. There are four types of tropic movements. Let's move to the first, that is phototropic. See in the diagram. In the diagram you can easily see that when you put the plant in any pot and keep that plant in a dark room, and only from one place light should come and rest should be closed, then after some time you will see that the shoot system of the plants move towards the light. This shows that shoot system always move towards the light, and this movement is known as phototropic. Simply it is a bending of plant and the growth of the plant towards light. If the part of the plant grows towards the light, it is called positive phototropism. Example, shoot system, stem, leaves, all these. If any part of the plant grows away from the light, is called negative phototropism. For example, roots. Right? You can see in the diagram. And this you can prove it with the help of this activity. Next is geotropism. Geo means gravity. The growth and movement of any part of plant towards gravity. Example, roots. They always show positive geotropism as well as radical. Shoot or plumule always show negative geotropism. Why? Because they grow towards the light. But roots and radical, they always grow downward inside the soil, means towards the earth gravity. That is positive geotropism. Again, see in the diagram, and you can prove with the help of this activity. You can take a potted plant and place it horizontally to the ground for few days. After few days, the stem of this plant bent upward, show the negative geotropism, while the roots bend downwards and show the positive geotropism. Next is hydrotropism. It is the growth of any part of the plant towards water. Hydro means water. Example, roots of the plant. Again, right? Next is chemotropism. Chemo means chemical. The movement due to the chemical stimulus is called chemotropism. Example, growth of the pollen tube from stigma to ovule. That is called chemotropism. You can see in the diagram that pollen tube growth occurs only in the presence of chemical which is secreted by stigma. Then only pollen tube start growing. And from where? From stigma to the ovule. This is called chemotropism. Next is thigmotropism. Stimulus or growth or movement due to the touch. Examples are creepers. You all have seen the creepers, how they grow. As they get any surface, they start growing on it. That is called thigmotropism. Right? So, this is one more movement I have added in the tropic movement. That is called thigmotropism. Fine. See the diagrams and watch the video carefully. See the activities. Listen carefully. And for the next part, I'll come later on. Thank you.